right, this is section 4.5, solving systems of linear inequalities. All right, so if you recall the rules for graphing an inequality, if you have a less than or greater than symbol, you're going to graph using a dotted line. If you have a less than equal to or greater than equal to symbol, you're going to graph using a solid line. If you have a less than or a less than equal to symbol, you're going to shade everything below the graph line. If you have a greater than or greater than equal to symbol, you're going to shade everything above the graph line. All right, so example 1 says to graph the solution set of the system. All right, in order to graph, we know we have to put the inequalities in y equals mx plus b form. So we'll do that for both inequalities. Or slope-intercept form. All right, so equation 1, or inequality 1, is 3x plus 2y less than equal to 6. 2y less than equal to negative 3x plus 6. And we get y is less than equal to negative 3 halves x plus 3. All right, so with this inequality, we know that we are going to plot the point 0, 3, and then the slope is negative 3 halves. We are going to graph using a solid line, and we are going to shade everything below that graph line. All right, let's do the same thing with inequality 2. Negative 5y is greater than negative 2x plus 10. Divide everything by negative 5. And we get y is less than. Now, why did I flip it to less than? Because I divided both sides of my inequality by a negative. So I have to flip the symbol. So y is less than positive 2/5 x, because a negative divided by a negative is a positive, minus 2. And it's minus 2 because a positive divided by a negative is a negative. All right, so with this one, we're going to plot the point 0, negative 2, and our slope is 2 over 5. We're going to graph using a dotted line because I have a less than symbol. And we're going to shade everything below that line, again, because I have a less than symbol. All right, so now let's graph this. Let's see if I can do this. Okay, so this is my x-axis, and this is my y-axis. All right, so let's graph the first one. This is at the point 0, 3. And then from that point, I'm going to go down 3 and right 2. All right, let me attempt to connect these 2 points. Okay, Then the other one is the point 0, -2. And I'm going to go up 2 and right 5. Okay. All right, so the first line that I drew, okay. So I said that that one is a solid line and I shade everything below. The other line was supposed to be a dotted line. Let me see if I can fix that. Okay, there we go. All right, so I shade everything below the solid line and everything below the dotted line. So where would this, the two graphs overlap? So if you look, everything below the solid line is here, and then everything below the dotted line is here. So the portion where these two graphs would overlap would be this little triangle here. And that is the only portion that should be shaded where they overlap. All right, let's try another one. All right, so again, first we want to put both inequalities in slope-intercept form. All right, so that'll be -y greater than -x plus 5. Divide everything by -1, which means that we're going to flip that inequality symbol. So y is less than a positive x minus 5. So that means you'll graph the point 0, -5, and your slope is 1 over 1. It's going to be a dotted line, and you'll shade everything below that graphed line. All right, do the same thing with inequality 2. So y is less than -2x plus 2. So that means you'll graph or plot the point 0, 2. And your slope is -2 over 1. Again, you're going to have a dotted line. And you're going to shade everything below that line. Okay, so let's graph this one. Okay, so this is the x-axis. Oops, let me fix that. This is the x-axis, this is the y-axis. All right, so the first one, we're going to plot the point 0, -5. And from that point, I'm going to go up 1 and over 1. And I'm going to connect those points with a dotted line. Might be easier for me to draw the line first and then convert it to a dotted line. Okay. All right, and then the other one is the point, plot the point 0, 2. And from that point, we're going to go down 2 and right 1. and it's a dotted line. Okay. Now the first one we are to shade below and the other one we are to shade below. So let's see where this would overlap. So if I shade below this line, it's this portion. And if I shade below the other line, it's this portion. So you can see that they overlap in this little small triangle. Okay. All right.